A locus of points a locus of points is a set of points that follows a given rule. These are the kind of loci that we need to be able to work with in the exam. To start with, the locus of points equidistant from a point is basically a circle. So if I want to construct the locus of point 6 centimeters from point P, I just need to draw a circle of radius 6 centered on P. So here's my ruler, and if I get my pair of compasses, I'm just going to open up my pair of compasses to 6 centimeters. Like that. I'm going to put my compass point on P and then draw a circle. And that's going to be the locus of points equidistant from point P at 6 centimeters. Remember, the word equidistant just means equally distant from. So if I want all of the points to be equally distant from x and y, if you imagine x and y being joined up like that, then the points that are equally distant from x and y, well, obviously it would be the midpoint of the line, and then it would be all of the points up here and down here. These are all equally distant from x and y. So we should notice that this is the perpendicular bisector of the line that joins x and y. So if I want the locus of points equidistant from x and y, I need to construct the perpendicular bisector to the line xy. So what I would do, I would get my pair of compasses. I'm going to put the compass point on x, and I'm going to open up the compass more than halfway along the line between x and y. And I'm going to draw an arc. Then, leaving my compass just as open as it was, I'm going to put the point on y, and I'm going to draw another arc. I'm now going to join up where the two arcs intersect with a ruler, obviously, and the line that I have now drawn is the locus of points equidistant from x and y. The locus of points equidistant from two lines, well, let's think about what this would have to be. We want the locus of points which are equally distant from the line AB and the line AC. Well, we could draw that on. We could probably imagine that it's going to be all of the points on this dotted line, which has basically cut the angle, so the angle BAC, in half. But that's called the angle bisector. So to find the locus of points equidistant from AB and AC, I need to draw the angle bisector. To do this, I'm going to get my pair of compasses. I'm going to put the point on A, open up my compasses. I'm going to draw an arc. I'm then going to leave my compass just as open as it was and draw another arc on the line AB. I'm then going to move my compass point to where the arc I've just drawn crosses the line AB and draw another arc. And then, leaving my compass just as open, I'm going to move it over to the other arc on AC and then draw another arc for myself. So I've only just managed to make those big enough, but that's fine. And now I'm going to get a ruler and join up A to where those lines intersect and carry that on. And what I've now drawn is the locus of points equidistant from AB and AC. For the locus of points equidistant from 2 points, so if I want all of the points that are equally distant from PQ, specifically 3 centimeters from PQ, there are 2 parts to this. The first part is to do, if I want to draw the locus of points equidistant from 2 points, we basically need to draw, firstly, two lines that are parallel to PQ, 3 centimeters above, and like that. And what I'm going to do now, on the ends of what I've drawn, I'm going to draw semicircles of radius 3 centimeters. So just open up my compass to 3 centimeters. And what I'm going to do now is draw, so I should start here on either end. I'm now going to draw semicircles of radius 3 centimeters on either end. And they should exactly meet what. There we go. And that should be, well, it's a little bit off, but that should be the locus of points 3 centimeters from the line PQ. Here is a C-style example. We want to indicate the region, so we're going to do this by shading, inside the rectangle ABCD, which follows these 3 rules. Firstly, we want the points to be closer to C than to point B, so I need to do the perpendicular bisector of BC. So I'm going to put my compass point on C. I'm going to put my compass point on C, and I'm going to open up my compasses more than halfway, and I'm going to draw an arc. And I'm going to do the same on B, leaving my compass just as open as it was, like that. And I'm now going to draw the perpendicular bisector. Now, everything below that line is closer to C than to B. We now need to indicate the points that are closer to AD than to AB. So I'm going to draw the angle bisector of DAB. So there we go. So I'm just draw an arc, leave my compass just as open as it was, and draw another arc. Put my compass point on one of the arcs that I've drawn, and draw another arc. And do the same on the other point. Make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Now I'm going to join A to the intersection of the 2 arcs just made. Like that. There we go. Okay, finally, we want our points to be more than 1 centimeter from D, so I'm going to draw an arc which is 1 centimeter in radius on D. So I'm opening up my compass to 1 centimeter. I'm going to put my point and my compass onto D and draw an arc. There we go. That should be a dotted line ideally. I'm going to remove some of the arcs, some of the construction arcs. In the exam you should leave all the construction arcs, but I'm just going to remove some so we can see exactly where to shade. So let me get rid of all these. There we go. Okay. Right, so we need to be closer to point C than to point B. So that's going to be everything under here, like that. But we also need to be closer to AD than AB. So that means we specifically also need to be under this line. So far we're looking at everything under here. But we also need to be more than 1 centimeter from point D. So we also need to be outside of the arc drawn with D. So we should be here And before I finish shading it in, I should say this ought to be a dotted line really. So let me just make this a dotted line. Yeah, this little arc with D should be a dotted line because it's more than a centimetre. So now I can commence with the shading. You can also, if you prefer, leave the region unshaded and shade everything else. Some people prefer to do that. And just to indicate, we can say the region has been shaded.